Day number 4, and actually our final day on Rollin With Bolen takes on Northern Ontario. What a memorable trip we've had thus far. Hope you've kind of enjoyed coming along for the ride. So let's set up where we are. So last time you saw us, we were in Sudbury. So we woke up this morning, jumped in the car, and headed up north, up 144, about 3.5 hours, because our end goal is the fine town of Timmins. But before we get to Timmins proper, we want to show off a wonderful glamping experience on the shores of a lake I cannot pronounce. Hence why we have Angel here to help us out. Good morning, Angel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm awesome. What is the lake?
Matagami River. No, it falls into Matagami River, but it's Kanagami Sea Lake.
Kanagami Sea Lake.
Yeah.
And the first shot we saw was some fishermen heading out there.
Yeah, a lot of good fish.
What kind of fish are we catching in there?
Pickerel, pike, trout, bass.
Really?
Yeah, some big ones too.
I
Yeah.
think you're making some of that for us today too, aren't you?
I am. I'm making some trout for you.
This is Wild Exodus. What is Wild Exodus, Angel?
My home.
Yeah.
I basically grew up here, but a lot of hunting, fishing, blueberry picking, wild berries.
Really?
We have a lot of fun stuff to do with the kids. The kids like to come out here.
Well, this is nature. You call it you call it bush life.
I do. I call it the bush life.
And you're able to offer our viewers or anybody a glamping experience.
Yeah, it's definitely something. Yeah.
Okay, so let's kind of explore, because you've really set up these beautiful tents to kind of to take in.
Yeah, these are
the
our.
bush life. This doesn't really seem like bush life.
No, we call it glamping, but it's glamorous camping.
Yeah.
That's what another word for it.
So these tents are set up for how many people would you?
We can accommodate for probably 4 in our tents. We have the queens, but we also have singles that we can accommodate whoever if they have children. But they're more like our en-suites. But anybody can come here and have a great time.
Amazing. And that's just not these tents. There's other areas they can stay in too.
Yeah.
What's some of the other options?
We have our luxury cabins, and then we have our basic cabins. And then we have our tents as well that can be set up for any which way you want.
I guess the experience you can cater any type of experience for anybody. They can bring their own food.
We actually have a wedding as well that's planned in a couple weeks.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we have a wedding. So you name it, we can do it.
Well, we want to get to the dining tent, because this is beautifully and kind of sets up overlooking the lake name.
Kanagami Sea.
Kanagami Sea. Kanagami Sea. Oh, amazing. So what kind of dining experience can you offer?
From 2-star to 5-star.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's whatever we have. We go based on their culture and stuff. Whatever you want, we can get it. Lobster, calamari.
Can you really? Okay.
I
guess when you're
on some of the wild, like we have beaver. We have a lot of fish.
You eat beaver?
Yes.
What is beaver?
Actually, very good.
What would you compare it to? Like, what is?
Well,
is it anything to, like, I don't know. I've never had beaver before.
It's actually really good. We make these little meatballs with them. Yeah,
Okay.
and then we serve them with like a glazed sauce, and they're awesome.
Okay, let's go, because I know we have some lads slaving out by the fire here. What are they making for us, Angel?
Lake trout.
So this is the lake trout. So is this found in the lake?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Awesome, guys. You want to throw it in the oil for us to see? So is this like a special?
And this is our Kanagami Sea fish crisp that we make here.
That you batter in that?
Yeah.
And toss her in the oil, and so this really is truly an outdoor and bush experience.
Yeah.
Wild Exodus, which is about 30 minutes south of Timmins. You can come and see Angel and JP and the whole gang to explore this world. Also, maybe even see some wildlife, because I bet you there's a lot of that around as well. Can we see the beans quickly as we go to break here, JP? Let's show off
Mama's
these beans.
home-cooked beans.
These are Mama's home-cooked beans.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next time you see us, we'll be heading into Timmins and showing off what northern life is all about. Well, stop number 2 on our final day in Northern Ontario finds us in Timmins, finds us where we're actually going to be staying for the night. But Cedar Meadows Resort and Spa is so much more than a hotel, and the man right here knows all about that. Its owner, Richard Lafleur. How are you, sir?
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
Timmins, born and raised?
That's right. Yes.
Oh boy. Now Timmins would be known for mining.
That's right.
Right? But you've created a little slice of heaven here.
A little oasis. It's something that I've always liked. So that's why I figured I project what I like in life is what you see here.
Yeah. So people can stay.
That's right.
Lay their head down. You have the spa.
You have a spa we built in 2 ton. That's right.
And then you have the wildlife trail.
That's right.
This is that we did, and it is so unique and really cool to see so many wildlife that I don't know you would see out in the forest, but not up close and personal like we saw this morning.
That's right. They're all born here. They're all animals from zoos that we purchased way back in '92. And those are all gone, obviously. But they're all what you see in the park is animals were born here.
And I say up close and personal because you're on the wagon and you have feed, and they'll come right up to you. They know when you're coming.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we stick the same hour, try and do the same thing because they're creatures of habit. So
they. Okay, let's go through what we had because there's elk. That was the first thing that we saw.
Those are the first. Well, yeah, we have elk, fallow deer, bison, and we're trying to get our moose. We had a moose before, and an incident happened, but we're trying to get some moose.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's nature. It's nature. They're out there by themselves. Not everybody gets along.
See you can't see it. Sorry, I was going to say. Look at my weather vane on top there. You see, it's a moose. I wanted this to be a moose. Yes.
But moose are pretty dominant.
They're
I found the bison very dominant.
No, it'll be the elk will be the most dominant.
Would they be?
Yeah, when they're together, yes. Yeah.
Because the ones with the big antlers, so
yeah,
they
that's an elk. That's right. But the moose are only aggressive for about 2 weeks, and then after that, the elk are.
You know what we saw though? We saw some swans. They're the boss in there too because there was like a swan against an elk, and actually the swan won that battle.
Well, yeah, that's right. No, the swan way, yeah, because the elk doesn't know how to behave, or it's not a natural enemy, so they don't know how to react to that.
Right. And then actually, I don't think you brought in the eagles. The eagles just kind of set up shop there themselves.
The eagles are freeloaders.
But the nest is so impressive.
Yeah, they built the nest 2 years ago, and the wind blew it down, and then they rebuilt it. But they never use it. But then this spring, they started laying their eggs in March, and then they just hatched well over a month ago.
And it's a little ecosystem in there, and it's fascinating to see. And I know it's all year round, but in the summer you do twice a day.
We do 2 doors. Yeah, that's right. And sometimes they'll come
twice a day, so 3:15 and 7 o'clock. And it's something that you can experience. And it's something you can stay here at Cedar Meadows, or you can just come and experience that.
That's right.
On its own.
We don't. We take anybody.
Yeah, amazing. Well, very nice meeting you. Congratulations. Thanks for having us in Timmins. We'll continue our tour. We talked about mining. We'll explore the mining, and then we'll have a little bit of fun doing some wakeboarding. We come back on Morning Live. Remember, destinationontario.com for all of our experiences. Oh, good morning. Welcome back to Timmins. I've been here for like 3 hours and they're already putting me to work. Yes, in their main industry, which is mining. Welcome inside the Timmins Museum and National Exhibition Center. Happy to be joined by Assistant Curator Caitlin. Caitlin, how are you?
Good, thanks.
What am I wearing?
You are wearing the best mining equipment that we have to offer.
I know. You could have dirtied it up a little bit. I look like the brand new guy.
It's looking very new.
I know. I need to be rolling around in some dirt just to mess it up a bit. Okay, what's the museum all about?
So here at the National Exhibition Center at Timmins Museum, we offer another gallery just next to us here, and that is where we bring in traveling shows from all over Canada. Okay. So roughly every 2 to 3 months we have a new show. So sometimes they're from the ROM in Toronto, or they could be from Museum of Manitoba, just wherever we can schedule in a different kind of show. So that really changes up the scenery and brings a lot of people in here that maybe have never been here before. It's exciting. Yeah. And then in this room here is the permanent exhibition, which is called Where We Stand, Stories of the Land. And it's all about the history of the region. So this small room has about 5,000 years worth of history.
And this little corner is a big part of Timmins because
yes.
mining and history in Timmins goes way back.
Exactly. Actually, it goes back thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
Yeah.
But recently, in the past number of years, it's really been rejuvenated, the evolution of mining?
Yes, for sure. Mining's changed tremendously. It's very different from how it was done in the past. Okay. So it's always really exciting to kind of show people and teach them how much it's changed and how different it looked then versus now.
Are they wearing the same stuff that I'm wearing now? Coveralls?
A little different.
Yes,
a little different.
Maybe not the light.
Yeah, that's a pretty big battery pack.
Actually, you know what? What did they used to have instead of the light?
Yes, so actually the very first...
Oh, this is kind of like with the...
Yes, this is the evolution of the
Sorry,
safety
I'm touching
helmet.
things. I don't think you're supposed to. It's a museum. Don't touch,
I
Tim.
mean, we try to follow the signs here. But yeah, ironically, the helmet used to be this nice soft cloth cap, and you'd actually tuck a candle in, and that was your light.
What these guys are doing here.
Precisely. So if it was a bit drafty underground and your candle went out, you would have to try to light it in the darkness.
And then it's just evolved over time to
Yeah.
this is kind of where we're...
Exactly.
where
It
we're
became a little more sturdy, quite a bit more safe.
What's the case behind you?
So this is kind of the jewel of the exhibit, maybe is a fun way to say
This
it.
is, you can just help yourselves and take home whatever you want when you're here in Timmins.
Everyone goes home with a bit of Timmins, you know? That's what we want.
What are we mining for?
Gold's the big one.
Gold's the big
Yeah,
one.
gold is the big one. So this is the showcase of the exhibit.
It's open too.
It's an extra special treat for you.
Oh goodness. Okay, what can I touch things? I know the main goal is not to touch things, but
Which piece would you like to?
well, that one looks pretty shiny.
The
right?
nice shiny one, yeah.
Okay.
So
do we know where any of this stuff is coming from?
this is from the Dome Mine in South Porcupine, and it's estimated that this is about 10 ounces worth of gold. So it's actually quite heavy for a small piece.
Can I hold it?
You sure can.
Oh wow, that is heavy. Okay.
Yes, it's the sparkly
Okay,
one.
what about that one right there? Mike, I thought we were on the same team.
This big piece is also from the Dome, and this larger one over here is from the Hollinger.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's some other things you guys mine?
So we also have copper, zinc, talc, silver, nickel. Those are kind of the main ones.
Right. But you can really immerse yourself and experience what it's like to go down. How many stories are we going down? 7 stories down, I guess?
Kilometers. deep.
Kilometers down, because we
Kilometers
have
deep.
Monica doing a little VR of actually going down into the mines and what you might experience.
Yeah, so we developed a virtual reality mining experience with an animator in LA. And basically, you can go underground and be a miner in 1912. And it gives the user an experience of what it would be like to work in the mine in the earlier days.
Last thing we should say too is because there's blasts, how many times a day?
We have 2 a day.
2 a day. What
2 a
time?
day.
What time do they happen at?
Around 11:30, 11:40, and then
Okay.
around 3:30.
Can you feel it?
You sure can. You definitely
Like
can
what?
feel
Just like
it.
everything kind of shake,
There's
or like?
there's a shake.
you
Some
need-
days it's stronger than others.
Like, do you have, in your house, do you have to put things in certain areas that they don't fall
Well,
off?
depending on where you live,
Okay.
yes. So I used to live maybe 5 minutes from here, and
Right.
my parents live kind of where the old Hollinger was, and you things shake, dishes rattle.
All right. Well, I got to dirty up these coveralls, so I guess I'm off to the mine. But this is a great experience you can have in Timmins. We have one more. There's tons of fun stuff to do in Timmins too, like wakeboarding. We're doing that when we come back on Morning Live. DestinationOntario.com for all of our adventures. There you go. 4 cities, 4 days. Our Northern Ontario visit is coming to an end, but we're doing it properly. And actually, you know what? For the past 4 days, I've been able to stay dry the entire time. I have a feeling that might come to an end by the end of this segment. Hey, great to be back here in Timmins. Great to be with my main man, Justin, who runs Timmins Wake Park. How you doing, Val?
I'm good, thank you.
Awesome. Who do we got out there, by the way?
So right there right now, we got our one of our members, Oscar Clark.
Oscar. How old's Oscar?
Oscar is just turning 16.
Is he? Okay. So what age range do your members normally kind of fall?
They're from any age group, really. We have members from 10 years old all the way up to 35 right now.
Okay.
So that's, huge range.
Anybody that hasn't seen this whole cable system, we do have one locally in Binbrook, and I know it's quite popular. Why is the cable system for wakeboarding so great?
Well, it just it makes the sport a little more attractable. Brings the sport to the people. Where with a boat, you have to go to the boat. So this brings it to the people where it's safer.
You're controlling everything right here.
Yeah, I'm controlling everything, the speed, the direction, just like a boat would, right? So now we're doing the same thing we want, but now we have a controlled environment where we have a safer environment. We don't have boats zigging around everywhere. He's here just to wakeboard, and it makes it a lot easier.
What's the lake?
This is Gillies Lake. Gillies Lake.
Gillies Lake in Timmins.
In Timmins, yeah.
And you, are you a Timmins boy?
I'm a Timmins boy, born and
Right.
raised. Yep.
Stayed in town and
Stayed in town, left for a bit, but I
Right.
came back.
You find a lot of people maybe leave and then come back.
I
just
think
for,
that's
like it's home.
It's home. A lot of us have left, but we've all come back.
Right. And
Yeah.
you've been wakeboarding your entire life, and
Pretty much my whole life.
and
yeah.
wanted to kind of, I don't know, spread the love with it.
Yeah, just share the sport. That's made me, you know, travel the world. So it's, you know, I just want to say that, give back to what it gave me.
Yeah. And why did you want it on this part of the lake?
Well, this lake in particular, we grew up just over here. So this lake
Right.
has been our whole.
And there's no motorized boats on
No
this lake.
worries about it. So we've looked at this lake our whole lives. And for wakeboarders, when you see a lake that's just been glassed off every day, you kind of vision it. And I think that's what the vision came from. You know, and I think just it's a beautiful lake. It's you know, it fits it. No motorized. It's electric motor. So it's perfect.
How hard is it? Like for
It is, I say, I guarantee 99.9 you'll get up.
Ooh.
And I say that to
so
everybody.
You say that to everybody.
Everybody that
All
comes.
right. All right. How cold is this water?
It's maybe 65 right now.
A balmy 65.
Yeah, balmy 65.
Well, listen. You know what? This is actually because I haven't been in a Northern Ontario lake yet, and this is my baptism, I guess, into Northern Ontario. This will become an official Northern Ontarian. What are you calling yourselves in Timmins? If you're from Timmins, you're a what?
Timmins night?
Timmins night?
Timmins night?
Timmins night? Okay,
Timmins-
listen.
Timmins night, I
Timmins
guess?
night. Okay. Listen. Let's put a wrap on this week because it's been fabulous. We went to Thunder Bay. We went to the Sioux. We went to Sudbury. Finishing off here in Timmins. Shout out to Destination Ontario. Shout out to Kevin and Lisa who have been touring Mike around all week and dealing with us. So that's been great. DestinationOntario.com for all the adventures that we have done, like Timmins Wake Park. My turn. Let's do it.